Dominique Review Productions brings you classic entertainment in a modern world and in a vintage manner with the cast that's keeping the golden age of radio alive in a day in the life of Hollywood 1940s. That was quick, wasn't it? With the voices of Dominique Breckenridge as Betty Gray, Jasmine Lofton as Rachael Hagen, and Tamara Solomon as Pike Anderson. Say it like that every week. Dominique Breckenridge here, folks, standing in for Mason Davis. Tonight, the dames of this outfit beat the pavements of the studio in search of a missing person. As far as Betty Gray is concerned, he can stay missing. And just between you and I, I'm sure Henry, Mason, Pike, and Rachael feel the same way. Nonetheless, we find Betty at home as she is awakened by the sound of a fist pounding the door. In short, someone's knocking. I'm coming. Gosh, what time is it? Calm down, please. I just had that door hinges fixed. Dooley Wilson pulled that rapid door wrapping last week to see if Rick had started in on his beautiful friendship. Where they get the idea I run a bar booth is beyond me. Whoop! Almost tripped on the bourbon bottle. Rachael, what on earth?
Betty, what took you so long to open it? Oh, bottle, the booze, and the bourbon.
It's not mine. Had a little trouble with Rick last week.
The plane?
The piano.
The nightclub.
Gin joint.
Went out to buy a drink.
Stayed in and played gin rummy. I'll stick my neck out for nobody. Not even a script.
Well, that makes what I'm about to ask a little more difficult.
Not tonight, Rachael. It's the middle of the night and I need my cheaters. Before your knocking on the door woke me up, I was so close to Tyrone Power I could see the lining inside of his suit.
Were you sleeping with your cheaters on again? Got close enough you could see it?
No, sewing in the dark again because I ran fast enough to snatch it.
Poor Ty, he loses more jackets that way. Listen, Betty, I'm not here to borrow your cheaters.
No?
No, it's Dennis.
Oh, it's you. You still here?
Come on, Betty. I need help finding Dennis.
Why help finding him when it took years to lose him?
Betty, I'm serious.
I'm no comedian.
Well, normally I'd agree with you, but this time I'm worried.
About your mental stability? I say, with Dennis gone now, it should take only a few days for the brainwashing to clear away.
Betty!
Of course, where Dennis is concerned, it may take a couple of weeks.
Betty!
Months.
Betty!
I wouldn't be at all surprised if this ran into years of retracting.
Betty! Enough with the Dennis bashing.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was thinking out loud. Besides, the one you gave him the other night with the other end of that breadstick at dinner was enough to do damage.
After he told Mason my breadsticks tasted like brick, what was I supposed to do?
Kind of felt like one, too. Nothing. Listen, Rachael, what do you want me to do?
Help me look for Dennis.
You mean get dressed, put on some clothes and some shoes, and leave my house to go out into the street to look for Dennis?
Yes. Thanks, Mike, for coming with Betty and I.
Of course, Rachael. You're my friend. Besides, this is a great scoop for a story.
How is this possible? Every time there's a knock on my door in the middle of the night, I find myself on a trip to nowhere in particular on the hunt for something in specific.
That isn't true, Betty.
Oh, no. First it was Rochester knocking on my door in the middle of the night to ask if Mr. Binney could use my front lawn for a temporary gas station because I was the only one on the block with working water hose.
You mean his car runs on water?
No, his horses do. Then there was Henry London, who came knocking on the door with his let's go sleuthing routine.
That was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yes. I was in the middle of dreaming that I was doing a close-up scene with Babe Wallace when all of a sudden I heard knocking, and it wasn't the clapboard to announce the scene. Henry, have you any idea what time it is?
Well, when I ran past the house on the corner of my street, I could hear Bulldog drumming, and when I sprinted past the coffee shop down the block, I heard calling all cars. So I guess it's anywhere between crime and punishment.
That's funny. I don't remember it entirely.
I should say you wouldn't. Dennis hopped on a train to look for you.
Where'd you leave Rachel, Dennis?
That wasn't me, was it?
It wasn't Ava Gardner.
I'm sorry to put you out, Betty. I just have to find Dennis. He must be around here somewhere.
I don't know where else to look, Rachel. We've checked all the police stations.
You don't suppose Henry would know where he is, do you?
What time is it?
4 o'clock in the morning.
Let's go over his house and find out. He isn't the only one who knows how to use their foot to the door to knock.
Don't you mean hands?
And mess up my nails? Come on, Pike. Think about this.
But what about your heels? Won't they break from the door beating?
Are you kidding? These heels were constructed to compete against Dancing with Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, and the Nicholas brothers. There isn't a stunt they're not used to. Now, come on, let's go wake up London.
I'm a little nervous.
Of Henry? Why?
Last year, Dennis and I stopped at Henry's house in the middle of the night and caught him in his bathrobe and all.
Beats the alternative. Although...
Betty!
I'm sorry, Rachel, you were saying?
I was saying, Dennis and I caught Henry in the middle of the night once before. After, Dennis made me walk home from that little surprise party we threw him at your house last year.
Hello, Henry. Drop the old Dennis, and you'll have my greeting. What is it?
Yes, well, I see you got the robe on. Did we catch you at a bad time?
No, Dennis. I always walk around like this.
Oh, you see, Rachel told you he'd be up.
Well, that was a complete waste of time.
Not a complete waste of time.
Betty, is that a teddy bear in your hands?
Yup.
Where did you get that?
In Henry's bedroom.
We stood in his foyer 5 minutes before he threw us out. I didn't see him go upstairs.
Neither did Henry. How about it, Anderson? Can you use this as a story? Put it on the front page of the press? Hollywood tough guy sleeps with teddy bear, a lullaby of London.
Betty, is that necessary? You know how you felt when your name was slapped right across the front page?
Which time? When we were arrested for counterfeit tickets to a baseball game, sold to us compliments of Rachel's husband, Dennis, or when we wiped the Broadway producer's whole yard clean of its Kentucky bluegrass when he was here on vacation because we had to cut the grass with a pair of scissors in the dark, all arranged, signed, and delivered compliments of Dennis, or better yet, the time my name was linked with Roxy Hart, which you probably wouldn't recognize because I was more commonly known as Trixie Liver, compliments of Dennis Hagen.
Betty, where are you going?
Home! I just got reminded of 3 more reasons why I should care less where Dennis is.
But Betty, what am I going to do?
Try to get your name in the newspaper. I'm leaving. Not again. Oh, brother.
Hey, Betty! Betty!
I'm very sorry, madam. Miss Gray not here.
Betty, you know I saw you when you had the door wide open, right?
No?
That I looked right at your face when you looked me in the face when I said, hey, Betty.
No?
Betty!
What?
Betty, open the door!
Alright. Can't get my door to open. Boy, that Henry. What do you two want?
I found Dennis. Betty, now what are you doing?
Going to the front lawn to get the paper. I want to see what headline they gave you.
There isn't a headline, Betty. Once Rachel explains, you'll see. It's all very simple.
Was it? With Dennis involved, somehow I doubt that.
No, really it is. I found him in the hospital.
In the morgue, I hope.
Betty!
I'm sorry, Rachel, for not having my page turned, but feeling a common bond with the loving relationship between John and Amos on The Bickersons, it seemed like the best conclusion I could come to.
Referring to Don Amici's drop dead.
Did he?
Don Amici?
Dennis?
No. Now, Betty, do you want to listen or not?
You mean I have a choice? Well, good night, ladies.
Between you and I, folks, I found Dennis at the hospital in the lobby waiting for Humphrey Bogart and Dooley Wilson. He heard Sam may have had no other alternative but to drop Rick off and pick up a temporary residency. While he was sleuthing something about he can take it if she can. Only problem was the bottle was 100 proof and Dennis didn't want to miss it. There's only one way to describe a drink like that.
Good night, everybody. The voices heard on tonight's broadcast were provided by Jasmine Lofton as Rachael Hagen, Tamara Solomon as Pike Anderson, and Dominique Breckenridge here as Betty Gray. Reminding you that all of the women's wardrobe provided in tonight's broadcast were provided by my line, Dominique's Private Collection. This has been a Dominique Review production. Good night, everybody. Ding, 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 ding.
That's a wrap.
Did I look right at it? Okay. No?
Between you and I, folks, I found Dennis at the hospital in the lobby waiting for Humphrey Bogart and Dooley Wilson. He heard Sam may have had no other alternative while he was sleuthering. Wait, that's not. I just skipped
Was
the
he now?
whole line.
Just roll that again.
Okay.
Slithering.
What the-
Just from the top.